Hi Aquarius, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your 2-week general messages. So first card you got out is building blocks. And it says here, you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is the time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand in the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So it's kind of like you needing to focus on building the foundations right now, and making sure that they're strong to stand the test of time, basically. But it's kind of like, a work in progress. So keep going on that. And then we have the full moon in Cancer, and it says a personal issue reaches resolution. So it says things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or your dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests that both a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. And have you had enough family time lately? So there's definitely something in your personal life that is coming to an end. If there's been any sort of like issues, or especially to deal with family or your private lives, it's coming to a head. Just be careful, because you're going to be feeling super emotional, and they will also be, you'll be around sensitive people. So just be careful how you handle that. Then we have the butterfly spirit, and it says transformation is beautiful. So it says joy in the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the form of life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously, and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous, you will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so alight. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. So there's definitely some sort of big changes that are happening at the moment, but changes are definitely bringing you some sort of like positive things. But even though in the moment it might not seem that way, so maybe you're kind of like being very serious in the situation, and Spirit is kind of just telling you to have a little bit of fun, like let your hair down a bit, don't worry, and just get into that feeling of like joyfulness and playfulness. Okay, so let's see, what does the tarot have to say for Aquarius for the next 2 weeks? Okay, so I want to see what are the messages, what's coming in for Aquarius, and what does Aquarius need to know. We have the Eight of Wands, the Fool, and the Hermit falling out there. So maybe you're in a phase of being able to, just being very, keeping to yourself right now, possibly in separation with someone, or just like focusing on your own healing right now, spending some time in isolation. But basically that's all about to change, because there's a new beginning, definitely with fast movement forward and progression. Okay, so let's see. For Aquarius. So we want to see, okay, so the Page of Cups, it's Pisces energy. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, the Chariot, Cancerian energy, which is like that, and the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck then we have the Two of Wands, Six of Cups, and we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. So, bottom of the deck, these are things that either you don't see coming or things that are happening in the shadows, right? So the Two of Wands is definitely about a feeling of needing to make a decision to leave your comfort zone in some way. So there could be a choice that needs to be made here. I do see you reminiscing on the past a bit, feeling a little bit nostalgic. Maybe the decision is like, should I move on from this person or should I not? Because the Two of Wands is always my should I stay or should I go card. Could be literal movement, because the full moon in Cancer did say it could be a good time to move. But maybe in whatever movement this is, literal, physical, or kind of like just emotional, or figuratively, it's kind of like you wary of leaving your past behind. And Temperance is about balance coming into the situation. So there could be, a need for doing things in moderation and being very patient with yourself at this time. Okay, so Four of Pentacles, I do see you maybe like holding on to things or holding back your energy in some way. You could be saving for a big purchase. Maybe a house, maybe it's got to do with the movement of buying a house type of thing, or it could be a car, or it could be a holiday. Whatever you're saving for, you're like keeping back your money at this time, being very kind of frugal. But it could also be about like holding back your energy in general, or holding on to issues from the past or people from the past. And that could be the situation here where it's like you need to make that decision to kind of get out of your comfort zone and leave your past behind you. But you're finding that maybe difficult holding on to it. The Page of Cups is about being in a very kind of like daydreamy state, possibly like not really focused on like reality right now, but more focused on like what are your dreams and thinking about can your dreams come true type of thing. Seven of Pentacles is again a card of needing to be patient. So it could be that you are, struggling with having this patience, because we also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is also slow moving energy. So there's a lot of patience that's required in this situation. The Seven of Pentacles is about, you putting effort into something consistently and not really seeing the rewards of that just yet. I do feel like if you continue to put in the effort, you'll get where you need to be, because the Knight of Pentacles is again very similar to the Seven of Pentacles, except this is a person. So it's either you or it's someone that you're dealing with, so you take what resonates, but it's someone who's going to put in the hard work, someone who will put in consistent effort, like slow and steady wins the race, very slow moving energy, patient, but committed, right? Like committed to whatever your cause is or whatever your goal is. And then we have the Five of Wands. So I do see maybe there's a bit of competition or conflict in this situation. Like maybe you could be feeling like conflicted in your own mindset. You could be dealing with multiple people that it's like, like you're all in competition together, or that you're all in some sort of disagreement, and having to kind of like fight in some way, or like argue your point. So the Ace of Wands is about, it's in your 3D world, right? So it's about a new beginning, very likely got to do with either your career, or it could have to do with, like a business or a new idea to start a business. It's doing something like brand new in an unconventional way. So whatever's happening now, it's like it's a new beginning that's going to be super exciting. You could be enthusiastic about this, but it's something that's very passionate, or that you're very passionate about, very fiery. It's like a new beginning with a double shot of espresso. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is another new beginning, and this has got to do with in your relationships or your connections, whether that's platonic or romantic, or just within your own feelings. And the Ace of Swords is like a breakthrough energy. It is also about, communication and gaining some sort of clarity. So you could be communicating with someone and getting the answers that you need. The Wheel of Fortune here is in your ideas, your values, your thoughts. So the wheel is about positivity, right? Because it's about things just happening like luck out of nowhere. So it's kind of like the wheel's changing in your favor. There will be change involved in the situation. This is kind of like this transformation, but it's kind of like it's a very positive change. It's destined to happen. Excuse me, Aquarius. And then we have the Chariot. So this is Cancerian energy. It's about moving past something, moving forward, not stopping. And it's also a very fast movement, so it's like kind of slow, but then like with one of your goals, it's like boom, go for it. And you're going to be able to overcome any sort of obstacles and be successful in whatever this goal or this desire is of yours. So let's see. I want to see what is going on with the Four of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be saving right now because you're like, okay, I just want to be independent, like especially financially independent. But I also want to get to the point where like all my hard work has gotten me to the place where I don't need to worry about anything anymore. Like I can literally just live in the moment and know that all the work has been put in, and I can kind of just be and have fun, you know? So you could be like being frugal right now because you're like, okay, I know that I need to look at my future, and my future, like how would I be happy in the future? My future would look happy if I didn't have to work so hard. We have the moon at the bottom of the deck, so this is Pisces energy, but some people do relate the moon with Cancer because Cancer is the ruling planet of, the moon is the ruling planet of Cancer. So it could be, you know, this situation where you're feeling super emotional or people are emotional around you. The moon is about sensitivities and that type of thing. But also the moon is right now, it's kind of like letting go of any sort of fears. Like fears might be stopping you right now, and maybe that's why you're being frugal, because you're like, what about the future? I need to think about that. So what's the Ace of Wands? We have Death. So there was definitely some sort of ending and transformation to a situation that's going on probably in your career. Or your business or something like that, and basically it's also again very transformative energy. So with Death being there and then the new beginning being right around the corner, I do see that this is something that had to end for you to start this new beginning. It is definitely because something about, like, you know, your wish fulfillment and you're wanting things to work out for you. Like I was saying in the beginning, sometimes when you manifest something into your life of something that you want, like the universe needs to shift things around to help you. This is your energy as well, Aquarius with the star, Scorpio energy with the Death energy there, but it's basically bringing you to a new beginning that will bring you down the path of your own wish fulfillment, and you can be optimistic about this. Like it's a good transformation. So what's the Ace of Swords? We have Judgment. Lots of major arcana coming out here. So with the Ace of Swords and Judgment, this is basically like a real breakthrough, some sort of awakening, like really getting clarity on a situation, seeing what the purpose of this is, probably to do with this relationship or connection that you have. But it's kind of like Judgment, if you are in separation with someone, maybe Judgment could be like reconciliation in some way, or like a huge breakthrough, like a major breakthrough in this relationship. If you are with this person already, it's just like really getting on the same page, getting to a point where like you know where this relationship is going, you can see the purpose. Maybe there were lessons to learn here, but I do see the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So with Judgment and the Nine of Swords, it's kind of like having a realization as to why you had to go through something so intense that caused you major anxiety and depression, and probably some sort of insomnia, because you know you couldn't get these things off of your mind going to sleep at night. But it's kind of like having the realization as to why that needed to happen and having some sort of breakthrough and clarity. So what's the Wheel of Fortune? We have the Knight of Swords. So this change is coming in quite quickly, right? And the Knight of Swords is like a little bit of impatience here. So you could be wanting things to move a bit quicker because of how slow they've been moving beforehand, and because of the amount of patience you've had to have with the situation. But things are changing, things are moving quicker. There will be communication, very likely to do with a romantic connection or even a platonic connection, but most likely romantic, where you guys can kind of like get on the same page, can have a balanced and harmonious connection. So what's the Chariot? The Magician in the reverse. I feel like you are in this place of thinking that you don't have what it takes to be able to move past something or to be able to get over some sort of hiccup. And basically the universe is saying like you do have the ability to take action, but you don't believe you have the ability, you don't think that you have the tools that you need to be able to move forward in some way. Six of Swords is again movement forward. This is coming from a very difficult time in your life to a much more peaceful place, and I feel like you are going to overcome whatever the issues that have been, because again there were lessons to learn in this situation that now you've learned the lessons, but the only thing that you need to do is realize that you have the tools to be able to move forward. So what's the Five of Wands? The Emperor in the reverse. You could be dealing with some sort of stubborn people right now, or people who are like overly controlling or overbearing in some way, and that's causing some sort of conflict or arguments. So if you are the person who's being stubborn, then kind of try to let that go, but also it's kind of, don't try to control your life, because you're always going to meet resistance if you're going to keep trying to control what's happening or controlling other people. So just know that this situation is not within your control, and that's okay. And conflicts can arise, arguments can come up, you know, you can just kind of look at it and be like, you know what, agree to disagree. But I do see this affecting you. It could be affecting you financially, like you're having a very difficult financial time, and that's why you're like, you know, trying to control the situation. Or it could be that, you know, you're feeling like this kind of lack mentality, or this lack mindset of like, oh, will I ever get out of this? Am I ever going to move past the situation? And the good change is coming. So yes, you will. The answer to that is yes. So let's move on to your love reading. Okay, so how does Aquarius feel? We have trapped, stuck, tied down, and captive. Bottom of the deck, we have confusion, uncertain, unclear, and unsure. I feel like you feel stuck in the situation because you don't know what the next step is, but you are going to get that awakening, so you don't need to worry about that. How does Aquarius' person feel about Aquarius? The person on their mind. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and opportunity. So the person that you're dealing with, it could be someone that you're not with at the moment, and they're kind of coming back wanting a second chance, or that's what they feel like they want to do anyway. If it's someone that you are with, maybe they just have been some sort of conflicts lately, and like you've been holding your energy in some way, more focusing on your own independence in yourself, and that's made them feel like, okay, I want to come back in and apologize for the situation and get back on a good track. And then we do have mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul, which is this type of energy over here. So, you know, someone having a feeling of being victimized in some way, which is not a nice feeling at all. But I just do see like this person kind of feels like they've made a mistake in some way, and that's why they need to come back in and try and make amends in this situation. Okay, so what's the outcome between these two? We have thinking, missing you, craving, and desiring. And then we have open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. So I don't see there being too much action going on, but there is being a lot of thinking, like this person definitely does miss you, like they do want to try and get things back together, you know. But I do see that you might be open to this opportunity and be receptive about it. And I think if this person comes in a way that they are like, you know, being vulnerable and telling you how they feel like they've messed up, I feel like you'd be open to it. Okay, so let's see. So for Aquarius, for the next 2 weeks, we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. You could be going somewhere, otherwise maybe it's kind of just the honeymoon phase of the relationship, or getting back to that. What else? You could meet someone on holiday. We have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So even if you are being tested right now, kind of try to be that Knight of Pentacles, which is just like, I'm just going to continue putting in work and effort into the situation or into myself, and like what's meant to be will be type of thing. Okay, and what else? We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life, and that's very true of the second chance. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss how you feel with each other. Bottom of the deck, we do have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So maybe that's the situation that you're in right now, because maybe of the sensitivities of the situation, or you feeling very emotional about it and like you've disconnected in some way, but there will be some sort of breakthrough going on here. So let's see, what would the person say to you, Aquarius, if they weren't holding anything back? We have, you were the best thing in my life. We have, I couldn't let you get close to me. Maybe it's just that stubbornness or trying to be controlling. We have, I hope that you can forgive me one day. I want to tell you how I feel, and I'll wait for a sign from you. That doesn't mean that you must go and give them the sign. like this universe said, like the situation is calling for you to have faith and don't try and like control the situation. And then I want to be more than friends. So Capricorn, why did I say that? So Aquarius, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Please do give this video a like. I really would appreciate it, and it would help the channel grow. And then also I will see you guys again in the next 2 weeks for the general messages again, or next week for your love reading. Take care.